Hi, I'm Ben Wojdyla, and this is Saturday Mechanic. I'm here with my friend Russ Ferguson, and we're going to answer some questions. Hi, who do we have on the line today?
Hi, I'm Bobby. I'm from Prince George's County, Maryland. Thank you, Ben and Russ, for taking time out and talking to me, because I can't find anybody that can help me out with this problem with my truck.
Hopefully we can. I don't know.
And hopefully that's a big order right there.
Yeah, let's see what the problem is here.
Okay, here's the problem. I bought a 1996 S10 from a coworker of mine. Now, he did all kinds of things to it because he thinks he's slick. So he put like 20-inch rims on there, new paint job, did all kinds of stuff with the engine, did all the wiring himself. What happened was about 6 months later, the truck itself actually physically started shaking. And I popped the hood up and I started the car, and it was actually the engine that was just physically moving back and forth, actually shaking the truck back and forth. Now, obviously, you think something's wrong, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm thinking of misfire.
My local auto place. I'm not sure what the name was. They told me a couple chips were wrong. The oxygen sensor, I believe that's what it's called, was wrong. So I changed all that stuff. Nothing happened to it. It still shaked. Eventually, a couple weeks later, it started to die out on me when I was driving at stoplights. If I would stop my car at a stoplight, it would physically stop the truck itself. It would just turn off.
So it's sitting in your backyard right now waiting for a fix.
Basically.
All right. Have you ever heard the phrase caveat emptor?
No.
That means buyer beware. I think the first mistake was to buy a hopped-up truck that you didn't do yourself.
You can talk to my father about that.
He agrees, huh?
Yes.
Well, but that doesn't really get to the problem.
Yeah, a 96 S10. Now, was it the 6-cylinder or the 4-cylinder?
It was a 4-cylinder.
After it failed, would it restart and idle and you could drive?
Yeah, it actually would for a little while, and then it just died out, and I just towed it back to my house. I didn't even want to deal with it after that.
All right, so it's sitting there waiting for a repair at this point.
Yeah.
It was stumbling and dying on you. Would it restart, or would you have to be towed home?
Yeah, it would restart. When I went outside, it started smoking, and then I just immediately turned it off.
What? Did you look under it at all, or what? I mean, did you find a source of the smoke?
Yeah, I looked underneath
it. Was it steam?
And I found a wet piece of metal underneath it.
Wet piece of metal.
That was the end of that.
Like oily
piece?
piece?
A sliver?
Yeah, it had oil on it, yes.
What size?
It's about as big as my thumb.
Oh.
So that's probably bad. You probably have a very nice garage paperweight.
He's got an oil pan failure, is what I think. Or sometimes we call that positive crankcase ventilation.
Yeah.
You broke the crank. You broke a connecting rod.
Something like that.
Yeah. Did it make any noise?
Clatter,
Well,
clatter,
it
clatter.
made a big rattling noise. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to turn the music up very loud.
Okay. Well, Bobby, we got bad news.
Real bad.
And sometimes you are sitting. You've got an engine that died, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was a nice engine while it lasted too, but it's done. So
it's gone to engine heaven.
yes. Now your options here are you could get an engine and have it installed. Installing an engine yourself as some Saturday mechanics can do so, and others it's a lot of fun if you have a couple of friends and an engine hoist and have the ball game on. That's a lot of fun.
It's a good weekend.
Yeah, that's a good weekend mail bonding project or whatever. But where would you get an engine for that? Depending on the year. I'm not really big on junkyard engines because you got a junkyard engine now and you're just going to replace it with another. So
Get a rebuild or a remanufactured engine.
yeah, there's a lot of good quality ones there. On the other hand, it's a 96, so we're
probably got a pile of miles on it, doesn't it?
Yes, it did, yeah.
We might be looking at time to drag it over the scales and donate it to your local junkyard for some money.
Yep.
So there's nothing I can do because what you guys are telling me sounds like a very expensive fix.
It's
Oh,
not,
yeah.
there's no cheap way to fix what happened.
Yeah,
unfortunately, you probably had what do you think, like a misfire, a real bad misfire, or something like that, and it just grenaded itself.
Well, or an injector that went way lean and burned a hole in a piston, or
Something bad happened.
Something bad happened, but to put an engine in, about the cheapest you could do for a 4-cylinder and S10, you'd probably be out $1,000 to $1,200 if you got a used engine to put it in there.
Yep.
And if you got a remanufactured engine, by the time you're all done, it'd be about $2,000. But then you would have a remanufactured engine, which would have a warranty and would keep you on the road if you can still stand the paint job that you have on there. And again, if you had high miles, if you had 200,000 miles on the truck,
It might have been there anyway, getting close to getting worn out.
oh yeah. And personally, if that was my truck, and I like having a truck in my fleet, get a decent salvage yard engine. That's what they're junkyard or salvage yard, and get something like that. It probably cost me anywhere from $600 to $900, maybe $1,000, depending on how popular or rare they are. How many 4-cylinder S10s are in the yard, or where they could get one shipped in from. But then you'd have labor on top of that. And I don't have my book in front of me, or my site that I go to, but a 4-cylinder and a pickup truck probably isn't any more than 8 hours, and that's everything. So 8 hours at your local labor rate. The other option, if it's a nice truck, and if you were at 75,000 or 120,000 miles, I'd definitely
Just get a reman.
I'd get a remanufactured engine, and that's a nice, warranted, good engine. And again, the labor is about the same, and that will
That'll run you another 100,000 miles almost. Your transmission will go out first.
Oh yeah, 100. I would expect it to go more, and this time you'll be the guy who changes the oil, and you'll take care of it. So
Yes, I will. I've learned my lesson the hard way.
well, great. Any other questions we can answer for you today, Bobby?
No, sir, that's about it. I really appreciate your help, and at least I know now what to do with my truck, and I can get it out on the road.
Yeah, I wish we had better news for you, but them's the breaks.
Okay.
It's okay. That's fine.
Nice
Thank you,
talking to you.
guys.
Thanks for calling in.